So today we'll install VMware vCenter 6.5. That also will be in a server appliance method. So not into the manual installation. So normal installer mode. It is a server appliance. Okay. So what we need to do? So I uploaded ISO file to the server. So any Windows machine you can upload it. Don't worry. Any Windows machine you can upload directly. You can upload directly. So still I'm waiting for the CD will be uploaded into the CD drive. Just wait for some time. So meanwhile I'll connect my ESX server. I'll connect my ESX server. What is my ESX server IP address? 6.5. So this is a
68.2.
this is a 10.12. Okay, 10.12. So in the browser, so click advanced, proceed. Now it's showing the VMware ESXi. So I'll share this lab ESXi 651, right? I'll save in my bookmark. So what is my second ESX server? 15, right?
Yeah, 17. 15.
15 only, 15 only. This is my second ESX server. There's a lab ESXi 0, sorry, lab ESXi 652, right? Lab ESXi 652. So what I'm practicing, you have to do it same way, okay? So that you don't get any confusions. Okay, so I'll save it in my browser. So I want to log into my ESX server by using, sorry, root password welcome @ 123. So log into the ESX server directly. So there is no vSphere client here, you know, right? You know, right? So this is a customer engagement program. You don't want to do that. Okay, join. So click OK, uncheck and OK. See, this is our ESX server looking like this. If you want to, any virtual machines are created, you will be seeing here. It will be look like. So any confusions, any questions?
No.
So I'm logging to second ESX server also. So I'm unjoining this. Click OK. Okay, no problem. Reload. Right. So our ESX server is logged in successfully. So there is no VMs here. Okay. Right. So you know, right, in the host we created 100 GB storage. Did you remember that? See, capacity is 92.5 GB means so
Yeah, yeah.
100. So right. So now I'm going to my computer and I'm refreshing. So there is a 3.4 GB was loaded. That is my, what is called? What do you call?
Up, appliance ISO.
Right, appliance ISO. Now once I right click open, we want to open a VCSA user interface installer. So this is a VCSA CLI installer, means command line installer. So don't go for command line, you can go with the UI, user interface installer. Okay, double click and can go to Windows 32-bit and click install. Right click, run as administrator. Click yes. So you don't want to install, I am installing on behalf of you. So just we can see and you can use that video. See guys, there is an already upgrade is an existing vCenter appliance, server appliance. So I don't want to upgrade, I want to install. Okay, it's a fresh install. So whenever you install a new vCenter appliance or a platform service controller. Okay, so basically the software consent, there are two components, right? One is a platform service controller and another one is a vCenter. There are two settings will be there, that is called embedded. So there are either you can install platform service controller, either you can install vCenter also, your wish. Okay, and if you want to upgrade means if you have any existing version, you can upgrade it to latest version. Okay, that is possible. Migrate from existing vCenter server for Windows to vCenter server appliance. Example, you already have a server Windows machine, you want to migrate it to as a virtual appliance. Yes, that is can be possible using the migrate option. Restore means restore from previous version created vCenter server appliance backup. Example, you taken a backup, but unfortunately server got crashed. You want to restore it back from the backup. So you can option called restore. So these are the four options will be there. Any questions?
So this upgrade option will be listed for even if we are doing a fresh installation, right?
That means migrate from existing vCenter server for Windows to vCenter server appliance. Example, we created, right, VMware VC65, vCenter 65.
Yeah,
That is installer mode.
yeah.
So that can be converted directly to server appliance. That can be possible by using the migrate.
It's like, okay. So can we use this for physical to virtual conversions?
Obviously, obviously. But
Okay,
here the concept is, here it will convert it into virtual appliance. Once again, I'm telling,
okay,
it will convert into virtual appliance. It will not a VM. It is a virtual
okay,
appliance. It will not be like a VM.
okay.
It will be like a virtual appliance. Okay.
Appliance. Okay,
Okay. I'll show you what is called appliance once this installation is done. I'll show you completely.
okay. Sure.
Okay. I'll click install here. Now this is the same method. You know, right? This is a deploy appliance and setup appliance. First, you'll go with the deploy. So click next. So accept the license. Next. So here there is a two methods will be there, is embedded and external method. We always go with the embedded method. Next. So here we need to provide a fully qualified domain name. So ESX host or vCenter server name. So what is a ESX host name? So because this vCenter will be creating on the ESX server, right? Which ESX server we are connecting? I have a two ESX server. What is the ESX server name?
Six
Huh?
6.5 update.
Right.
Once
10.0.0.12. One is
1 2.
12 and another one is 15. So I'm selecting okay. HTTP port number. Username is root. You
Root.
know root. You know. Password is welcome @123. So I'm giving here ESX server IP address, port number, root and password. Click next. Click yes. there's a security warning, you can click always yes. Now, hey, you are going to set up a installer, right? You are going to create some, just like a VM. The appliance also nothing but VM. So what is the name what you want to create? So can tell me what is the best name? Lab VCSA 65. Good? Is good or bad? Lab vCenter server appliance 6.5. That's correct, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Password I'm giving. Welcome at the rate 1234. Welcome at the rate 1234. Why I'm giving? Do you want to make some difference,
Because
right?
it's
So because of his
yeah.
appliance, so you want to make it a difference you want to show. So click next. So you know, right, this would be a called size selections. Okay, these are deployment size selections. Go with the tiny guys. Tiny will be taking a very less space, and you can manage that 100 VMs and 10 ESX box. That would be good. There is no doubt at all. You can go with the default. Okay, so you can, if you want, I can check this based upon your environment. Okay, even I'm selecting this, you don't see any much differences until you added the servers to the vCenter. You don't see any differences. Okay, that is a waste we are selecting, and resources will be waste. And I click next. So there will be a, you know, right, currently our vCenter sorry, ESXer have a 100 GB, that capacity will be showing. So our um, vCenter appliance also will be installing on this storage only. Okay, our vCenter appliance also will be creating on the in this 100 GB only. So on the 100 GB
Okay.
currently 91.55 GB is free right now. So here is a enable disk mode, thin disk mode. Okay, give me a minute. I take some water. So Sandeep is asking a question. So instead of vCenter IP address, we can give the host name. Yes, we can give, no problem. Okay, your choice. So what is the meaning of a thin disk mode? There are two types of disk, thin and thick. So currently, if you are not enabled thin disk, by default it will be thick. Why? You are a good attitude person means, why means you are not a bad. If I am telling you are a bad person, you will be always good, right? Only there are two things are there. So like that, the disk modes also, there should be a thin mode, there should be a thick mode. So we want to know what is thin mode, what is the thick mode. First, we will discuss about the thick mode. Thick mode is your father is giving money 100 rupees to you and your brother. You both are went to some shopping mall, you're spending amount. But if you're taking 100 rupees nowadays, it's not possible. Let's think about it. Okay, so uh, the 100 rupees will be divided to 50-50. So you and your brother both are will be doing shopping. You are buying a lot of things. Okay. Okay. So now you went into that shopping mall, you played some games, and you paid almost 50 rupees for the single game. But your brother is playing a small games, but he's spending 5 rupees and 2 rupees, 10 rupees, like that. He playing so many games. Okay, once you played your game, after some time you realize that your amount was already finished in your packet, and you're trying to play some more games in that shopping mall. Is this possible? Huh?
No,
Your
not.
brother is like in Chhatrapati Prabhas brother. He won't give anything to you. So you don't expect any money from your brother, right? So what do you want to do? You sit idle and you want to watch. You have to return to your home, right?
Right.
So that is called a thick disk. So once you allocated any disk size to you, okay, that is the budget is over. That's it. You don't get any problem. So your brother and you are fixed. What is a thin disk means? I'll give you a scenario. Okay. Um, in the first scenario, your brother is playing a very small games, but even though if he spend nearly 2 to 3 hours playing the games, he cannot spend 50 rupees. Still in his hand 10 to 20 rupees. But the 10 to 20 rupees you can able to use it. But in the thick mode, it cannot be usable. But in the thin mode, can be usable. That is the difference. What is called a thin and thick. The fixed means thin. So thick. Thin means they'll give you 100 rupees both of you. Hey, you take 100 rupees, you go to shopping mall, whatever you want you can play it. So based upon your energy you can play your games. Okay, so you're playing so many games and you're spending more amount in this 100 rupees, and your brother is less energy person compared than you, so he'll be playing very less games and small games. He's spending very less amount. Understand? So that means called a thin disk. Thin disk. So which one is the best method? Is it thin or thick? Which better? Which is the
Uh,
best method?
Thin should be good, I believe.
Yes, always thin is good. Okay. So if unnecessary things can be usable by another one, right? That is a good method. Huh?
Yeah.
Otherwise, if in the same method, in the first method, your father is very poor. No, we don't expect like that. But example, in this scenario, your father is too poor. He's giving only 100 rupees, but you spend already 50 rupees. But you want to play more games, but your father you want to buy a credit from others and you want to give it to you. Okay. If the same scenario in the storage method, if you spend a lot in the day one itself, if some other VM have a available space is there, but other VM is cannot giving the space to you, as an administrator, as a client, I'm the owner of the company, I want to purchase the storage again and again. That is a burden for me, right? Yes or no? Is a burden or is it easy?
It's a burden.
Yes, that's the reason. Okay, if you want, you can use this enable thin provision disk. So that means you can use whatever you want in this disk size. That is the main problem. Okay, do you want enable or disable? Your wish. If enable,
Let's enable it. Yeah.
you will be get a some space will be saved. Okay, so in this scenario,
Yeah.
I'm enabling, but there is no mandatory you want to enable this option. If it is a mandatory, why you will showing the tick mark? You will by default it will be enabling on the screen, right, on the live.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, understand? So that is not a mandatory. As a human being, as your administrator, you will be saving your company money. So you have to select or deselect your use. No problem. Okay. So I click
Yeah.
next. I hope you're clear, right, with these answers.
It's clear.
Okay. So now I want to configure the vCenter IP address. vCenter IP address, guys. I don't want to go with static IP address because of. I want to check the first whether vCenter IP address is how much is available. Okay, better you can go with the dynamic DHCP. Better go with the DHCP. Okay, automatically machine will be generated IP address. Then we can utilize them. Okay, So otherwise you want to give this all the IP address, but in our network everything will be DHCP, right? So let it go with the DHCP. There is no doubt at all. Huh? System name, FQDN is optional. FQDN is optional. Fully qualified domain name is optional. You can ignore it. Don't worry. Okay. Then click next. So finally, this is the options you'll get. So can you click finish to create the vCenter? Right.
You can. Yep.
Yes. So it will take some time to complete the process. Once it is done, then we need to configure the vCenter server. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll pause the video